I'd like to welcome everyone to the regularly scheduled meeting of the City of Florence Planning Commission for Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. We have two items of new business on the agenda tonight. Both of them are public hearings. We have a request for a preliminary plan approval, or a public hearing for number two. We have a request for a preliminary plan approval for .41 acres located at 337 and 339 North Royal Avenue. The applicant is Natalie Barton York. We also have a request for rezoning, a recommendation for rezoning from R1 to I1 for 2.07 acres located on Robertson Road, east of Deerbrook Lane. The applicant is B&K Properties, LLC. Mr. Smith, is there a report for our first item of new business?
There is, Mr. Chairman. This property is located at the intersection of North Royal and Grady Lyles Street, kind of where that turns and goes right beside the, I can't remember the recreation department's name now.
Broadway?
Broadway. No, Royal Avenue. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The applicant is requesting preliminary plan approval for the .41 acres located at 337 and 339 North Royal Avenue. The current zoning classification is R2, single-family residential small lots with two existing single-family structures located on the property. The applicant wishes to subdivide the existing lot into two lots. The proposed subdivision will remove the non-conforming status, providing for one residential structure on each lot of record. Both proposed lots meet the 7,200 square foot minimum lot size requirement for R2 zoning district. This proposal conforms to the City of Florence comprehensive plan. Mr. Chairman, departmental comment. Preliminary plan approval is recommended subject to satisfying all departmental comments. Preliminary plan approval is valid for a time frame of 6 months. If application for general or final plan approval has not been submitted or an extension been granted in the 6-month time frame, preliminary plan approval will be void. Mr. Chairman, the applicant was made aware of the comments as of this afternoon. We did not get a response that I'm aware of, so I'm not sure if they may have seen them or not. All adjoining property owners were notified via mail, and I'm not positive, as I've not met the owner of the property, if any applicant is representative or not.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. And reviewing the report previously, as you said, it does remove a non-conforming use, most importantly in this, and does satisfy all the square footage requirements for a subdivision of the property in itself. And it does appear, except for the departmental comments, which would appear to be generally ordinary, and they're in their structure and what they're asking for here. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual this request. Do you spot anything that would be of an unusual nature or different?
No, Mr. Chairman. Like you said, there are some need for easements from the utility department, specifically, gas and water and electricity,
Right.
or gas and electricity. Again, I know the gas department comment has been made aware to the applicant and the applicant's surveyor, as they have since redrawn the plat satisfying those comments. And again, this will come back for general or final approval, and those would have to be satisfied at that time.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Smith. Are there questions for the department?
I have a couple, Mr. Chairman, and
Yes, ma'am.
it's two, and it may be answered with the same thing, but how will this lot be subdivided?
So this drawing, admittedly, is very busy.
It was very hard for me to read it on my document, so I wanted to ask that.
So you've got the parent tract here.
Uh-huh.
It'll be split east and
Okay,
west.
so it would basically be splitting the two
The two
structures that are there. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then, as far as ingress and egress, there's the one that I can see on the better one that I can see on the aerial view, that I see. Where does that second structure that's there on the more corner lot, where does it enter and exit? Same driveway?
It would have to be a shared access easement.
So it's a share, okay. That's,
and we can make that a condition of this approval.
okay, because otherwise it seemed like very dangerous to try to exit somewhere else on that, knowing that it would be two lots instead of the one. So
If the body so wishes, we can make a platted shared access easement to be on the final plat.
okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Eubanks. That's a good point. You know, we look at these and when you see an entrance coming down the middle of a lot, you think it would, of course, be one, but it doesn't say it.
And it's just
Anywhere.
impossible to tell.
That's right, that's right. So, very good point, Ms. Eubanks. Thank you. Any other questions for the department?
Just to clarify a little bit, that's an alley behind it though, isn't it?
That is correct.
And is that driveway coming off that alley going to that house?
I believe it is, yes.
Looks like it even curves around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's right there. That's where I assumed they just want to have.
But I think what Councilwoman Eubanks is pointing out, if you see on the aerial, there's a red truck there that looks like it is utilizing that driveway that's coming on the North Royal as well. And if that alley were ever improved, who's to say that that access would still be there?
That's a perfect representation of where I was going. That red truck was the giveaway
Right.
and how he entered there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else from the department? Any questions? Is the applicant here to wish to address this application? Is there anyone else here to speak to this application? Hearing none, I will close the floor at this time. We have in front of us a request for the satisfaction of a non-conform or the relief of a non-conforming use in the city of Florence with concurrences from all the departments and an agreement by the planning department that it does satisfy the comprehensive plan. Is there any other comments or discussion on this matter? If not, I would entertain a motion for preliminary plan approval for 337 and 339 North Royal Avenue. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Pride. I have a motion. Do I have a second? Thank you very much, Ms. Eubanks. Is there any discussion on this motion? All in favor by show of hands? Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. I know you'll communicate this to the applicant that her first phase is completed.
We will.
Thank you very much. Moving on to our second item of new business. We have a request for a recommendation of rezoning from R1 to I1 out in the Florence Industrial Park from John Musgrove, Martha Newberry, Foster Myers Musgrove, Cicely Wall, and William T. Musgrove III as the owners and applicant B&A Properties, LLC. And Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This property is located just east of Deerbrook Apartments, if y'all are familiar where those are, out on the borders of the industrial park. The applicant is now requesting rezoning for the 2.07 acres south of Robertson Road from R1 to I1. The applicant wishes to construct a warehouse space. The property lies within the boundary of the Florence Lauderdale Industrial Park. Mr. Chairman, this proposal conforms to the City of Florence Comprehensive Plan for Industrial Development. Departmental comments. Rezoning is recommended subject to the following. Number one, a plat for recording must be provided conveying all required easements. A check must accompany the plat for recording fees. That check amount needs to be made payable to the Lauderdale County Probate Judge's Office in the amount of $100. A legal description in word format written to the center lines of all adjoining rights-of-ways must be provided for advertisement purposes. All other departmental comments must be satisfied. Mr. Chairman, once the plat and legal description have been provided to this office, we will forward the request to the Florence City Council for advertisement and final action. Mr. Chairman, all adjoining property owners have been notified and signs have been posted, and the applicant and the applicant's representatives are in attendance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. This again seems to be a very simple request in its application and does conform to the City of Florence Comprehensive Plan for Industrial Development. As I always say, but I feel like I need to every time, the Planning Commission is a recommending body for rezoning to the City Council. It is their job for such things, but it is our job to technically review these applications and consider their appropriateness for the property's location and construction. And are there any questions for the department this time? Thank you very much. At this time, I'll open the floor. If the applicant or their representative is here, they would like to address this application, would love to hear from them at this time.
We're good with the departmental comments as they are.
Thank you very much. And you are?
Todd Alexander.
Thank you very much, Ms. Alexander. Yes, sir.
I'm good, I'll stay right here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Alexander. I'm happy to hear that. Is there anyone else here to speak to this application? Works, design, or intended use? At that, I will close the floor then. Again, we have a request for a recommendation of rezoning from R1 to I1, which of course is the lightest industrial use in the city of Florence. Rezoning capabilities at this time. It appears that departmental comments are in order. We have heard the applicant's representative speak from afar. And again, this is that appears to be a very simple request at this time for a piece of property appropriate for this type of development. Any other comments besides those on this particular application? If not, I'll entertain a motion for a recommendation of rezoning to the City Council.
So moved.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abernathy. I have a motion. Do I have a second? Ms. Hubbard, thank you very much. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Hearing none at this time, I'll ask for all in favor by show of hands. That carries unanimously. At this time, we will forward our recommendation for rezoning to the City Council and wish you the best of luck from there.
Thank you all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that, we will move to our general business at this time, which is none. We do have our other business coming up, and that's the approval of minutes for April 22nd, 2025. Ms. Hubbard has thoroughly reviewed them, suggested any minor changes, non-substantive changes to the minutes. Has everyone else had a chance to review at this time? And if so, do I have a motion for approval of the minutes? Thank you very much. Any objection to the motion? All in favor by show of hands? Thank you very much. I second the motion. Thank you very much. Heard myself do that. And with that, at this time, we will move on to the director's report, which she is out of town. Would the assistant director like to add anything to?
Just to welcome Mr. Ethan Burbank to the commission.
Absolutely. That's where I was going as well. Thank you, Mr. Burbank. We look forward to your 6 years of servitude coming up. Unfortunately, only one new member is coming on tonight, so you have to foot the entire bill for the rookie dinner for all the commission members at the time. That's okay. All right, there you go. No, there's no such thing, of course. That's exactly it. Unfortunately, this is a totally volunteer and unpaid type of position, so we don't get paid, we don't spend. You know, that's just the way that works. Anyway, thank you very much for your service here. I like to say that this is the hardest working commission in the city of Florence and what they intend to accomplish for the citizens. We welcome you. Thank you very much. Also, moving on, anything else, Mr. Smith? Okay, moving on to the chairman's report. I'm also to have Ms. Kelly Alvarez, you see, in attendance with us tonight. She has also been appointed to serve on the Planning Commission starting in July. So she's boning up for us tonight already. I've had the opportunity to know her for a while and to also have served with her in different capacities and legal capacities on the same and against each other as well. So I know that she is not only an excellent attorney, but a fine person as well, and she will also dedicate herself to the good work of the commission as well. So we look forward to having her on.
Thank
as well. And with that, thank you all for being here, for good attendance right after Memorial Day. I know it's tough. I also want to thank our guests in the audience. Thank you for being here as well. And I hope you have a good rest of the month. I'm glad everybody's by the, and will you want me to speak longer, Ms. Hammond? Is it? Okay, you're fine. All right. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.